Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming out to a football game tonight between the Boone Toradors and our Bondurant Blue Jays. Tonight is homecoming, and we'd like to introduce to you tonight's homecoming court. If I could have your attention towards the north end of the football field, I'd like to introduce you first to our Prince and Princess of the 2021 homecoming court. Please give a round of applause for Prince August Templeton and Princess Haley Bishop. August Templeton's mom is Jade Templeton. His favorite thing at school is recess. He enjoys watching The Nightmare Before Christmas. His favorite color is blue and rainbow. His favorite food is peanut butter sandwiches. When August grows up, he wants to be an astronaut. Parents of Haley are Carrie and David Bishop. Her favorite thing about school is playing with her friends at recess. She loves the movie Luca and the color pink. Her favorite food is mac and cheese. When Haley grows up, she wants to be a mom. Please welcome Nolan Meyer and Kendall Anderson. Nolan Meyer's parents are Mike Meyer and Sarah and Jason Crocker. While in high school, he has participated in football, basketball, and track. Following high school, he plans on attending a 4-year university to play football and study business. Kendall Anderson's parents are Chris and Chad Anderson. While in high school, she has participated in volleyball, bowling, track, student council, and NHS. Following high school, she plans to attend the University of Sioux Falls and major in biology. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Cole Mitchell and Ellie DeCosta. Cole's parents are Crystal and Matt Mitchell. While in high school, he has participated in football, wrestling, and track. Following high school, Cole plans to enter trade school to become an electrician. Ellie's parents are Tim and Mary DeCosta. While in high school, she has participated in soccer, track, NHS, and FCA. She plans to go to a 4-year university to study nursing. Next in our court is Porter Smith and Faith Carlson. Parents of Porter are Shane and Nikki Smith. While in high school, he has participated in football, wrestling, and track. Following high school, he plans to attend ISU and study marketing or business. Faith's parents are Chad and Sherry Carlson. While in high school, she has participated in dance, track, and NHS. Following high school, she plans to major in elementary education, dance, at a 4-year university. Introducing Jake Edenburn and Kate Lappy. Jake's parents are Pat and Stephanie Edenburn. While in high school, he has participated in baseball and NHS. He plans on attending Simpson College to continue playing baseball and to study accounting. Kate's parents are Jim and Kathy Lappy. While in high school, she has participated in softball, basketball, track, student council, NHS, and FCA. Following high school, she plans to play softball at UNI. Please welcome Riggs McDougall and Lauren Meyer. Riggs' parents are Rodney and Renee McDougall. While in high school, he has participated in football, basketball, baseball, rugby, track, and student council. Following high school, he plans to attend a 4-year university. Lauren's parents are Brett Meyer and Tim and Amy Smith. While in high school, she has participated in FFA, 4-H student council, NHS, and dance. Following high school, she plans to attend ISU to major in animal science for pre-vet. Next in our court is Cameron Minesland and Katie Higginshaw. Cameron's parents are Jeff and Mindy Iceland. While in high school, he has participated in football, basketball, baseball, track, and rugby. Following high school, he plans to attend college to study exercise science and continue his football career. Katie's parents are Holly and Tim Figenshaw. While in high school, she has participated in volleyball, track, student council, and NHS. She is an A honor roll and lettered in academics. Following high school, she plans to become a dental hygienist. And now, for our king and queen of the 2021 Homecoming Court. Please welcome, give a round of applause for King Evan Reha and Queen Sarah Wall. Evan's parents are Lori and Jeremy Reha. While in high school, he has participated in football, soccer, and wrestling. Following high school, he plans to attend a 4-year college and continue playing soccer. Sarah's parents are Kevin and Rachel Wall. While in high school, she has participated in softball, choir, marching band, pep band, and honor band. She is also part of the A honor roll. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, give a round of applause for our entire 2021 Bondurant-Farrar Homecoming Court.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah, I'm at the top of the globe. I got the torch, we about to burn down the thrones. We need a change, look at the world that we live. Look how the evil is grown, all the innocence lost. We need a new beginning, man, the vision is off. We need to wage war, yeah, we need to rage on. I'm here, war boots, I'ma buy a pair. No suits, just fighters here. Grassroots and some riot gear. I'm still fly like a pilot here. Brave hearts never die in fear. I ain't a stranger to the danger. I'ma live and I'm dying here, yeah. So I'm looking up more, cause I know what I'm up for. Cause we need a change, and I'm starting an uproar. Yeah, we starting a ruckus. Yeah, we starting a ruckus. And nobody can stop us. Yeah, we starting a ruckus. And the city is on. We're starting a ruckus. Yeah, we starting a ruckus. We starting a ruckus.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please stand and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by our own Bondurant-Farrar marching band under the direction of Mr. Braden Whipperman.
Hello, Blue Jay fans, and welcome to Bondurant, Iowa for this Friday night football game between the Blue Jays and the visiting Boone Toreadors. Patrick Meyer here with Josh Gibson to give you a little Friday night call.
Yeah, looks like we got another unseasonably warm temperature tonight. About 80 degrees today still.
If you were planning on a sweatshirt, you might be too warm.
Yep.
Wow. So, coming in here this homecoming night for the Blue Jays, so a lot of excitement all week long. Little parade today.
I haven't noticed anything all week.
No.
No.
Anybody
Nothing
get your
going.
house?
A little bit.
Ah.
It was a minor TP job.
All right. We do have a lot of students that take part in the annual TPing of houses, and unfortunately some things may be more than TPing, but Gibby was on the prowl trying to defend his land. Not quite.
No.
So Bondurant-Farrar comes in here, ranked 3, I think, in the Register, Poll, 4 in Gazette, 3 to 4, depending on what one you're looking at, and 6-0 on the season. Boone coming in 0-6 on the year, and this is a district game. Little bit of excitement for tonight as Bondurant comes off of a victory at Perry last week, where a lot of kids got some action. It was a fairly one-sided affair, but fun for the kids still.
Always nice when those kids who put in a ton of practice and don't get to play on Friday nights actually get into the games and get to play under the lights a little bit, and really kind of builds their confidence and their willingness to be a part of that football team maybe in the off season, because they see what it's like to play on a Friday night. So those games are definitely important as far as the development of your program goes.
Boone coming off a 18-41 loss at Carlisle. Obviously, we've already seen Carlisle, so a decent team there too to lose to. Nothing to shake your head on about that. But looking for an exciting game tonight. I missed the coin toss, so
don't know. Looks like we're going back to receive.
I think we're
nope,
kicking.
Yeah,
we're
right.
going to kick off. So Blue Jays are going to kick off into the south end zone. Not much of a wind effect tonight, but a lot of people in the house. Fans are packed into the stands. The band had to go down to the end zone to make room. So whether you're calling it a fair weather fan because it's nice out, but big stands, big audience for the homecoming game. So Titus Graham going to kick off here. Quite a few touchbacks on the year, been a real weapon there.
I would say this is one area that maybe we could see a little bit of improvement is our kickoff coverage. We have had some moments where we've given up some decent returns, especially against Carlisle. We saw 2 weeks ago, had a couple nice ones. So hopefully with a little bit of practice here, that if it stays in play.
And it is not. It landed
could've.
just inside the goal, or inside the 1, rolled in the end zone. So Boone's going to start out at the 20.
I think looking at tonight for Boone, the one thing that they really need to do to establish some success and shorten this game is to be able to run the football. Last week, their tailback, Landon Davis, churned out, I think, about 215 yards and 3 touchdowns. Typically, they're a spread type of team. Maybe they'll spread you out to run you a little bit. But they don't score a ton of points, and so they're going to need to milk the clock as much as possible, I think.
And we got a whistle already. Yeah, the lineup does the offense looks a lot like the way Ballard wanted to play us, where you're running out, 3 and 4 wide and trying to run it up the middle. So you got Davis and then Kyle Sharp as the quarterback. Both end up with quite a few rushing yards. Man in motion. They play action Davis, quarterback keeper to Kyle Sharp. He goes straight ahead, picks up a yard or two, and is brought down. Oh, Powers was in there.
And like we've seen with our defense, we maybe play a little bit differently than a lot of other schools. We're not going to play with that 1 high safety or 2 high safety look. We're going to load up the box, and we're not going to allow you to run the football. So it'll be interesting to see what Boone does to counter, if they try to stick with it, or maybe they try to take some shots down the field.
They are rolling out. Sharp's looking to pass, gets it away, and the completion is made. That's Tilges on the completion, but I think he actually lost a yard on the play. Cram on the tackle.
looked like was that Powers who about had the sack? Came in clean and was just about a half a step short of getting a sack there.
It was like a diving throw. Impressive that he got the ball off. But
Titus gets himself a TFL.
There you go. A little tackle for loss from a safety position isn't the easiest thing to accomplish. Now we're at 3rd and 9. Tilges in motion. Or not Tilges, that's Bass in motion. And he's going to go down. I think Powers was the second guy there.
So it looks like what Boone's trying to do with their first 2 passes, they're going to try to roll him outside the pocket there a little bit, but you do have to, you got to give him a little bit of protection. Both times Turner really forced the issue for Sharp to turn that thing back in where there's 3 or 4 more Blue Jays pursuing pretty hard. So pretty good opening defensive stand there for the Jays.
If Brock didn't have him batting, he was right there, and so was John.
There was multiple guys that were going to be there.
So Punter is on his own goal line. No pressure from the Blue Jays. Good punt. Going to be fielded about the 45. Bobbled, and I think Boone has it.
Yep. I don't think we've seen. No. For a second there, I thought that was Porter back there. I was like,
no,
Porter doesn't.
That was Tyson.
Just hits him right in the chest.
We really haven't returned too many punts this year. It's been mostly fair catches.
The one thing with high school football, it's pretty hard to get good punts.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're on the ground or they're really hard to catch, and so you don't see a lot of actual punt return opportunities. That one was a good one. He just didn't get his hands around it.
Sharp with the keeper, nowhere to go. There's 6 or 7 guys. He's still up. Good effort by Kyle Sharp because there was 6 or 7 guys in the backfield. They're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage.
And Kyle is he plays quarterback for him, but he's also their leading tackler. So my guess is he's probably a fairly tough kid.
I believe he's a wrestler as well. I think I noted that 138-pounder. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's not real big.
That was a kind of a
looked like a zone read.
Yeah. But just slow developing.
It was slow developing and didn't look. The mesh point wasn't very good there. The running back and the QB weren't very close on the exchange. If he wanted to give it to him, I don't think he could have.
Powers did a good job of getting right through that gap, so he could have taken the handoff pretty easily, actually. So now you're looking at 3rd and 14. Boone's coach is calling him from the sidelines, and the players got some wristbands on to help him know what he's calling, but apparently there's a little miscommunication on this one.
Didn't see anything he liked on the wristband. We're going to get together and talk about it. You know, the one thing you do worry about this week is the week long of celebrations.
Right.
Does it take you a little while to get going? Are your guys tired? Because it's no secret they've been out.
Right.
They've been out and about. Who knows how late? But I think it's probably been later than what they normally are used to.
True.
Having a good time. So hopefully, we can shake that off. It looks like we didn't really have a slow start. We just had one muff punt there that kind of set us back.
Right. Yeah. Real quick, I guess we can go through the starting lineups. Boone starting offense, quarterback Kyle Sharp, running back Landon Davis, tight end Austin Tilges, left tackle Chase Anderson, left guard Jax Goody, center Marshall Caskey, not Mitchell Caskey, right guard Lucas Thompson, right tackle Jake Heitshoe, wide receivers Roman Bass, Junub Yall, and Jayton Poole. Boone coming out of the timeout now, third and a long 13.
Definitely the situations that Boone wants to avoid. They're much more of a running team than a passing team.
And Sharp throws it deep. Pass was intended for Jayton Poole. Pass is incomplete. Barkema in coverage. Is there flag back? Oh, flag in the backfield.
I think got a holding on one of the tackles. Can't quite tell on the on the replay which
Holding.
person it necessarily was.
Penalty's going to be declined. Going to bring up 4th and 13.
Bring up a 4th and 14.
Boone will look to punt again, and it looks like Barkema's going back. Your defense that time around, defensive end, Brock Turner, Tyler Harms, Mitchell Caskey, Evan Reha, Eli Larson, Cameron Mislin, John Powers, Cole Mitchell. In the backfield, Titus Cram, Nolan Meyer, and Tyson Barkema.
I like putting Tyson back there. I know he just muffed one, but go right back to him. Show that you have confidence in him.
I believe that's Jaden Angle on the punt. Punt is going to bounce at about the 20, roll into the 10, being encouraged to roll farther by the Boone player. Vinny Hayes wanted it to keep going. It's going to stop at the 9.
It's a good effort. I think he's got to get a little bit lower to the football, though.
First in-game update. 8 minutes left in the first. Carlisle 7, Indianola 7.
So Carlisle strikes back. I saw Norwalk scored first.
Okay.
Tell you what, Blue Jays avoided a little bit of a disaster there because Eli Larson did not see that ball hit the turf. That could have easily hit
Bounced
him
up.
in the back.
Blue Jays have it first down at the 9. Handoff to Titus Cram. And that was Jaden Angle. And let's see, Jaden Angle and 55 is Chase Anderson on the tackle.
It looked like for a second there he was going to have a little bit of an opening, but the Angle kid did a really nice job of closing that thing down in a hurry. One thing to note with the starting lineup, I had mentioned it a couple weeks ago. I've been waiting to put Porter and Titus out on the field at the same time, put Porter in the Z.
Right back to Titus. Titus tries to get outside. Angle did a good job of pushing out. And Boone follows. Oh, he was still going. I couldn't even see him behind all the people, but I think he gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Pretty similar to the first play there. A lot of pursuit out of the Toradors. But with Porter at Z, it gives you that option of the jet sweep and then the defense still having to honor Titus in the backfield at tailback. So defenses won't be able to jump out quite as much at jet. But we'll see if, I would assume at some point in time here we're going to see that combination.
Titus behind Collison again. Caskey next to him. And they play action. Collison rolls out and has Porter Smith. Oh, in and out of the hands. Would have been a first down.
Yeah, Porter just basically drug clear across the field. He was down in the wide receiver position in the bottom of the screen, and off play action, runs a crossing route, kind of a deep cross. Pretty nice ball out of Colby, put him right there, and I'm sure Porter's going to wish he had that one back. We haven't really seen Porter play a ton of wide receiver.
No, I mean, he's been primarily a tailback going into this.
Forever. So, new position for him.
Yep. I feel good about going right back to him.
Yeah,
He'll be fine.
I'm sure he'll shake that one off.
Powers into punt in his own end zone. Ball is up, angled towards the sideline, and not going to be a great starting position for Boone. Not a great result for Bondurant. They're going to say out of bounds at the 39.
No, pretty good series there out of Boone on the first two plays. It got a little bit lucky on the third. I'm sure that John would like that punt back as well. He kicked it okay, just angled out of bounds. We'll see if Boone, now this is their third possession on offense, see if they can get something positive going.
With them running the 3 wide receivers, you're seeing Eli Larson line up almost like he's a cornerback from the dog position. Hand off to Landon Davis. He goes back to the right. Powers has some jersey and pulls him down. Loss of a yard on the play.
Yeah, he about got him one of those horse collar penalties. Kind of got him from behind, but I think
he had a sleeve mostly.
Somebody else came in and hit him too, so avoided that penalty. This is what I kind of expected to see is let's just give Davis the ball a few times here and see if they can get some positive yards. I'm going to have to do a little bit better job getting a hat on a hat, though.
Yeah, the thing about that is kind of our strength of the defense is stopping that interior run game. And Sharp throws it out, and that ball goes right through his hands. That's an incomplete pass. It was forward, not by a lot, but I think Easton Klein intended receiver, and it was just a little.
It was a little high, but pretty decent ball. I think definitely should have caught it.
Yeah, they're trying to run a little tunnel screen there. not sure it would have been all that effective because Meislin was going to come and crash.
Looked like Tyson had broken away from his blocker as well. Haven't really seen those plays be super successful against us. I think for the most part, you're going to have to see teams throw the ball down the field.
Yeah.
The quick stuff usually isn't very productive. He ran into his own guy.
Yep. Ends up getting sacked.
Another attempt at trying to roll him out, and Turner's doing a nice job of not allowing him or forcing him to step up and under him where the rest of the defense is coming.
I think Powers and Harms actually ended up getting that sack after Brock forced him up.
I think even if he wouldn't have hit his own guy, it looked like Powers was coming free.
Yeah.
Vail back to punt for the Toradors. Barkema back to receive.
So Angle the punt for the third time. Higher punt this time. Barkema's going to have to fair catch it, and does at the 15-yard line with a couple of Boone Toradors in his face. So good catch.
I could be mistaken, but I felt like most of the year we've had two guys back on punt returns.
It's been kind of off and on.
And maybe it has something to do with what Boone is doing formationally or the threat of a potential fake. Yeah, I thought normally we have Meyer back there as well. But
last week against Perry we had two back. But Porter Smith in the backfield this time behind Collison. Nolan Meyer off to the right. And they give it to Porter right up the middle. He finds a little bit of room, picks up 4 maybe.
Porter Smith.
I got a feeling that the Angle kid might end up with about 15 tackles tonight.
Yeah, he's kind of the key here. Really solid tackler, state placer in wrestling, and all-around solid athlete. I was kind of surprised we didn't see him anywhere on the offensive starting lineup, but he looks like maybe he has key tailback the whole time.
Yeah, he's a pretty sturdy kid.
Porter drags almost to the first down marker. I think he's just short.
Seeing a little bit of that heavy formation that we've seen a lot of success for the Blue Jays so far this year, bringing in the double H back in a tight end, only playing with one wide receiver. Been very difficult for teams to really slow us down consistently in that formation. You just get so many guys going through a couple gaps. If a person doesn't win a one-on-one battle, you're going to have a hard time holding us to a short gain. We see the formation again. We've also seen that a lot this year too.
Penalty marker on the field.
I would say just in the home games that I've seen, that's probably the 5th or 6th time we've seen Colby draw a team offsides.
Yeah.
And a first down for the Blue Jays.
If I was an opposing coach, I'd be arguing that sometimes he has a little too much body movement and really kind of signals that snap.
Collison throws it out. Meyer on the reception, gets outside. Makes a man miss and picks up a couple more yards, gets to about 17 on the play.
And that's the other hard part about this formation is we get Nolan Meyer out on the top. You can choose to go one-on-one, which very few guys can guard him one-on-one, or you have to take another guy out of the box, and which really makes that stopping the run more challenging. I think you have to give the corner a little bit of help just because not very many guys can guard him one-on-one.
Pitch out to Porter. Porter going outside behind Caskey. Caskey with a good lead block. Porter gets outside. Has one man to miss. That's Landon Davis. Davis brings him down. 35-yard line. Great lead block
really
by
nice
Caskey.
job out of the Blue Jays here to seal the edge. Basically no contain guy for the Toradors at all.
Blue Jays in Torador territory. 1st and 10 at their 35.
Yeah, if you're going to lose contain like that, it's going to be a long night.
Pitching back to Porter going the other way. Same play, opposite direction. Caskey with lead block again. Porter gets up, ball. And they're going to say first down. Blue Jays recover
that one.
Porter picked up about 15 on the play.
By number 3, Kyle Sharp. Fumble recovered by the Blue Jays. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 19.
Let's see, was that Fuller that pulled? Oh, yeah, it was. Fuller recovered that ball.
Again, really good blocking. Nice cut there out of Porter, breaking a tackle. Just got to do a little bit better job securing the football. And really had it tucked away. I think it was just a matter of getting a helmet right on the football, forcing that thing out.
Kyle Sharp was the one that forced that fumble, their quarterback. Porter Smith coming back the other way. Good tackle by, number 8 there, Vinny Hayes.
A lot better job there out of the Toradors defending that toss. Went to it 3 times in a row. Do a better job of fighting off blocks. That number 2 did a pretty good job, and then number 8 making a nice tackle.
Yeah, Jake Judge, number 2, the free safety coming in.
Kind of been a jet sweep type of look for us.
Play action. Collison looking into the end zone, throws it up, has Fuller open. Fuller makes the touchdown in the end zone. Blue Jay touchdown.
That wasn't Colby's best throw that we've seen out of him, but the result is what matters.
Yeah, it's almost like he was wanting to make sure he didn't overthrow it, and so
he was wide open. A little bit of mix up in coverage there in the secondary, but that jet sweep really forces those guys to come down to stop the run, and then they get caught up in that play action and have a really hard time recovering.
Barkma has it, going Wildcat, cuts up the middle and takes it in for 2.
Those are always good because it makes your opponents the next week waste about 10 minutes defending a 2-point conversion play.
The first time we've gone for 2 this year.
Yeah, like the swinging gate. You just run that, maybe run one fake out of it all year, and then it forces every team to spend 10 minutes preparing for that.
One more thing to think about.
Even though you're going to most likely kick a PAT.
So Blue Jays take an 8-0 lead. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Pretty much a Porter drive right up until that point.
Yeah, he really had the bulk of the carries there. Had a couple really nice runs, some really good blocking out of a lot of the Jays. I don't know if that was just by design that he was coming in for the second series, because we didn't see Titus at all there. But sort of the game, I think, is kind of what we anticipated. Boone has struggled offensively. We've been able to move the football. The only thing was the muff punt really kind of set us back a little bit. That one's getting in the end zone.
There was no pretend there from Bass. Yeah, maybe we're going in every other type of night at the tailback rotation. We'll see. It was it's kind of been hard to tell sometimes what we're doing there.
Yeah, we've been a little bit of 2-1, and then with him playing that slot receiver, maybe things will look differently. I'm not for sure.
But you got Titus maybe more often at the free safety now than you did before.
Still waiting for Burt to recover from his foot injury.
Boone comes out, trips to the left. Sharp and Davis in the backfield. Sharp looking to pass, nowhere to go. Cuts up the middle and has a hole. Caskey pushes him into Mislin. Mislin makes the tackle. But good first down run there by Sharp.
We saw that a little bit when we played Pella. One of their best runs was typically QB dropping back to pass, and then once the rush missed him, that he just tucked it and ran. Kind of the same result here for Boone. I don't really feel like anybody was open, but he did have a nice little lane there to tuck it and run for a first down. Jays are really supplying a lot of pressure tonight when he drops back.
Sharp takes a snap. It looks like a designed run this time. Mitchell makes the tackle. Gain of about 5 on the play.
And I've said this before, if you're going to run the ball successfully against us, you are going to have to run it with your quarterback. You utilize an extra blocker or take another guy out of the box. Right there, just a little QB ISO play. Pretty good 5-yard gain. Keeps the clock going for him.
Boone coming out with 2 to the left this time. And a split end over there on the left side as well. Sharp going to try and follow Davis on a lead block out to the left. And Meislin's able to make that tackle. Gain of about, oh, they're going to give him the first down.
Pre-snap, it looked like we may have lined up wrong. We don't have anybody basically on the offense's left side, and that makes that QB sweep a little bit easier.
Yeah, they just over.
I think we had a little.
Us.
Yeah, we had a little miscommunication. We were supposed to be over there. I think both of our end guys were on the left side, and should have been one of them needed to be on the right.
So now trips left, duo to the right. Brock almost looks like he's offsides. Sharp goes right up the middle. Meislin meets him, and I think he's got the first down, though. They only needed a yard, or, well, a foot about.
It won't be too long before Sharp is going to the sideline and telling Coach no on that play if that's going to be the result.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to run into Cameron Meislin too much. It is a pretty big size discrepancy there, and Cameron was able to size him up pretty good.
That'll be the last play of the first quarter.
That brings to the end of the first quarter. Blue Jays up 8-0. I mean, we're 6 games in. Sharp has 85 carries, so you're talking, 13-ish carries a game, 14 carries a game. He's got 9 already.
Yeah, and I think we're probably going to continue to see that because that's where the success lies, is that QB ISO, QB lead. I know they tried a little bit of the read stuff, and I just think that that's probably too slow, and it didn't look like their mesh points were very good. So I would think they'll probably continue to keep it simple and just downhill with the quarterback. And right now it looks like it's going to have to be quick passing.
Yeah.
They're not able to protect Sharp for very long periods of time, so it's going to have to be some of those quick type of hitters.
Which is tough because Davis has been your most yardage on the season.
Right.
And not finding more options to get him involved is going to be a problem.
And maybe like we saw with Carlisle, what they did with Dunn is split him out and try to get him the football in the passing game. That might be in their plan as well.
The only thing I'll say on that is Davis only has 3 receptions on the year. So
it's unlikely.
Yeah. Trips left. Davis up the middle. That was John Powers in the backfield for the tackle.
John coming off a little bit of blitz there, and they just don't pick him up at all. We've seen him make that play quite a few times right at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage. Real nice job out of him. Sets up a 2nd and long here.
Ball at the 40. 3 receivers to the right for Boone. Sharp trying to roll to the right behind Davis. Brock does a good job shedding his tackler. You got a big crowd of players.
So
all 22 by the end.
They've got trips to the right side, and they also have their tight end there as well, who's now covered up, so he's not eligible to go out for a pass. But what they're trying to do is out leverage you and get more guys than what you're going to be able to put over there. We've seen that 2 times now. The one time we didn't line up correctly. There we did. Still got about a 5-yard gain. Sets up a 3rd and medium for him here. I might see them stick to the ground game.
Yeah. I mean, they even threw both tackles on one side of the ball at least a couple times against Norwalk. So they like the unbalance. Sharp looking to pass, and that ball is batted down. I didn't see who got a hand on it, though.
We got some extracurricular.
I feel like Batney was underneath somebody, so I don't know if it's on him or.
55 felt like it was on Batney. I'm not so sure. Chase
that was
Anderson.
Batney that got a hand on it.
Chase Anderson came up celebrating.
Batney got a hand on it and then got pancaked by 55, and
I will say that he was probably being a little bit excessive after the play, and then, as usual, the referees catch the second guy. So that's going to be 15 free ones for Boone, and going to be a first down. Just got to keep your cool in that situation. I know it's tough sometimes, but
Porter going to slide in here for Batney now.
You really end up costing your team here an opportunity to get the football back.
So first down at the 40. Till just switched into the left side, which is causing the Blue Jays to switch back and forth. And do you see a flag?
Yeah,
on the far side.
Yeah,
there
I
you
think
go.
we got a false start.
Yep.
Penalty marker on
Against
the field.
Boone, taking him back 5 yards, first and 15.
Boone was trying to hustle a little bit while we were shuffling around, and I think it ended up costing him. 55 was rocking back just a little bit early.
Yeah, they put Till just in motion late and caused the Blue Jays to flip defense. But
Yep. Which isn't a bad plan. We just can't false start.
It's first and 15 now. Sharp rolling out to the right, and Brock doesn't let him go. It's going to be a loss of 5 more.
They're definitely sitting there waiting for that. Every single time Brock is taking a very wide path to the quarterback, basically eliminating the possibility of a rollout. Might have to go to plan B here. 3 guys have a shot at him, and they don't really get him at all.
Blue Jays going to bring in a nickel package there, false graph in, and Porter coming out from the dog linebacker position. Second and 20.
Got an empty formation.
Timeout on the field.
Timeout, Boone. Okay.
Boone calls timeout, but we were running all over the place.
Yeah,
trying
that's
to
why I
get
kind of
lined
thought
up.
it might have been ours, but
If they would have been able to snap the football, they might have
had somebody wide open.
They might have had us massively confused. We were getting there. I think we were okay.
Folks, we are proud to announce that our sports medicine services are provided by Select Physical Therapy. And thank you to Broadlawns and Iowa.
So 9-10 here remaining in the second quarter. Blue Jays up 8-0. Second and 20 upcoming. Norwalk up 35-0 at the half.
Is that correct?
That's Perry.
Okay.
Yeah, because Indianola's got Carlisle.
Indianola's got Carlisle.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that seems
That
a
seems
bit
accurate.
much. Yeah. Okay, now that makes sense. Could set up for a pretty nice couple last 2 weeks of the year if we can take care of business tonight. The other top 2 teams remaining on our schedule.
Sharp looking to pass. Gets it to his man. Tackle by Larson on the sideline. There's a flag in the backfield.
Pass is complete to number 21.
Holding against the Toreadors.
Yeah, I think right tackle gets the call here for holding Brock again. Brock gets around the edge. Maybe that wasn't him. That didn't look like much. Such a tough guy to block for a big fella if you don't move very well. He's pretty explosive off the line of scrimmage. Another case of him just getting right on by guys and enforcing pressure on Sharp.
This is going to be a long second down. 34.
Well, you might want to get that in chunks. I don't know if you're going to get all of it at once.
Sharp looking to pass, pump fakes, and Meisland was closing. He gets the ball away. Barkema with the interception. Barkema looking for a return. Falscraft's going to get flagged for the illegal crackback.
You know, it was illegal in the sense that it was in front,
Yes.
but they don't allow you.
5 years ago, that's illegal.
Yeah, they don't
Illegal
allow you to
block.
have fun in football anymore,
Yeah.
so you can't go hit somebody like that, which is really tough to tell a kid
Yeah.
while he's playing, hey,
Yeah.
you can't go do that.
So am I right? Is you have to lead with your hands?
You got to, basically what you would want to teach kids is you just got to shield the guy. There isn't going to be a knockout hit. You have to get in the guy's way just to prevent him from making the tackle.
Set a screen.
Basically, that's what it's going to come down to. And I understand the intent of the rule. You're trying to obviously save kids from getting head injuries and whatnot. Does take a little bit of the fun out of the game, though.
Yeah. Interception does stand. Blue Jays will have it at the 25-yard line. Cram in the backfield behind Collison. And we got an official's timeout because I think he's saying they should be back farther. Back to the 20.
Well, with the muff punt and the 15-yard penalty, basically we've given Boone 2 extra possessions here. And they've been able to milk a lot of the clock.
Time. Oh, wow. Boy, that was Hector Garcia in the backfield, met Cram almost at the handoff.
Yeah, really nice hit. And I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. If you don't slow him down in those first couple steps, you're in trouble. Because the way he's running the football right now, he just doesn't go down. Still doesn't go down there, but they do keep him at the line of scrimmage.
Which is impressive by Titus because he got hit.
He got
about
drilled
4 yards behind
for sure. By a big cat, too.
Yeah.
It wasn't a little guy hitting him.
No, Garcia's a big kid. I think he's their heavyweight wrestler.
Yep, 250, yep.
Collison to Cram. Cram up the middle this time. Has a little bit of space. Brought down by 2 guys here on the left side. One is Jaden Engel. The other is Kyle Sharp.
And it looks like he's a good wrestler, 25 and 10.
Gain of 6 on the play for Titus.
There's really the first positive play that we've seen out of him coming out of the backfield.
Yeah.
Boone's done a really nice job of stifling him at the line of scrimmage.
It looks like maybe they're overloading that fullback side, so the cutback lane might be open on this. But Collison passed it out to Meyer. Meyer cuts, shifts back to the inside, picks up another 5. It's going to be a Blue Jay first down.
I think that's going to be available all night long. That corner doesn't want to come up too close, obviously, with the threat of Meyer beating him deep. But if you allow him to catch that 2-3 yard route, then you got to tackle him. And that didn't look very good right there for Boone.
Normally Meyer switches up and goes to the outside, but that time he cut back towards the middle, thought he had a better angle maybe.
Kind of had a short field there, so that was a good move, get some additional yards.
Mitchell and Smith to the right, Meyer to the left. Cram going right side, and he's going to get a couple yards, but again, good tackles by Boone, good gang tackle. Gain of 2 on the play.
Cram the ball carrier. Gain of 3 on the play.
Well, I will say that the Toradors are definitely playing hard on the defensive side of the ball, and they are definitely intent on stopping our run game.
I mean, it's been a key part to us all year, so it makes sense. But
it's very evident, and I do think when you play, so you kind of have to pick a little bit. If you try to stop both,
Collison looking to
you're gonna have
pass.
a hard
He's got
time.
Meyer deep. Ball's up. Meyer has the catch at the 20. He's at the 10, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Blue Jays. 59 yards. Colby Collison to Nolan Meyer.
Same result as the last touchdown pass, but that one looked a lot better. That thing was very nicely thrown, allowed Nolan to run underneath that, perfectly placed. Great execution there.
Nolan had a good route, had a pretty easy time getting behind that safety, and once he did, that ball just kind of hung there for him.
Well, you've got Sharp, who's playing their free safety, is really coming down into the box as a run stopper, and so that really leaves that middle open.
Yeah, it's a man coverage there at that point.
It's a man coverage with that corner, and we're just talking about how that's not an easy guard for very many high school corners.
And Myers made a lot of guys look silly.
Yeah.
7 points there. Falsgraf put in the extra point, giving the Blue Jays a 15-0 lead. 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
Kind of waiting for one of those quick strikes, but like I mentioned earlier, Boone's just had the ball so much so far.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing about getting all those runs in is it does use up some clock.
And they haven't really moved the football that much. I think they've only got 1 or 2 first downs. It's just they kept getting the ball right back, maintaining possession. They got 1 first down on the QB run and 1 off the 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got 1 other one.
Was that the 1 foot run?
Yeah.
Is that your quarterback run you're talking?
So there's 3. No, they had like a 10-yard run.
Oh, yeah, the bigger one up the
Yep.
middle. Yeah, so those are 2 quarterback runs that got first downs. Cram with the kick. Line drive. That's going to be in the end zone.
Close to his best one of the year, I'd say. That was towards the end.
Yeah, it's about 8 yards deep. Still waiting for him to put it through the uprights. Feel like it's coming.
He might need just a little bit of breeze for that.
All right. Well, he is only a sophomore, maybe. Maybe he'll get a little more leg strength. Blue Jays coming out in their standard defense. Larson going out
Boone's
of the dog.
going to come out in that overload formation and get trips and the tight end to the same side.
And a little confusion between the quarterback and running back, but Sharp's able to make something out of it. Picks up 6 on the play. Good hard run out of something that didn't look great to start with.
No, definitely some miscommunication there between him and the running back. It looked like another one of those supposed to be a zone read type of play. He was expecting Davis to go to the left, and Davis went to the right. Ended up keeping it. One of their better plays. About 6 yards on the gain.
Five wide formation here. Davis split out to the right, the running back. Man in motion. Little pitch play up. And Mislin goes high with the tackle. Vinny Hayes was the ball carrier. Picks up probably 3 on the play.
Boy, I really thought he had some running room there, and Davis had an opportunity to block Mislin, but it's like Mislin just basically ran right through him.
Yeah.
You're not going to block me.
Mislin's got a little bit of size on him and had a head start, I think. And
Yeah, Cameron is a big boy.
now Davis up the middle. Finds a little bit of a hole. He's going to pick up the first down. They got a flag on the play. Next to 2 guys on the ground, so probably a chance that it's a hold.
Penalty marker is on the field.
Let's take a look here on the replay, see if we can't find what the referee saw.
Where he threw the flag didn't necessarily look egregious.
No, Cameron kind of got driven back, and somebody else got pancaked, so I'm not for sure which person.
I think he called it on the pancake, but I didn't necessarily see anything there.
Sometimes, or as a ref, maybe you catch the end of a play and maybe it looks something different than what it actually was. No, that looked
fairly clean.
Yeah, it looked pretty clean.
But it is going to be a penalty against the Toreadors. They're going to have 3rd and 10.
And it was downfield because they're still at 3rd and 10.
And a little read action, and Davis breaks a tackle. Runs
Speaking of Reed action there, Reed got some action and came up a little bit short on that tackle.
It is going to be just short of the first down. Hayworth was over there. Talon came in for Titus on that play. Titus is talking to a trainer, I think. Maybe his hand.
Pretty gutsy call there on 3rd and 10. But I'm sure that our guys were probably not expecting that either.
And Davis runs hard. I mean,
that
play action, Sharp with the keeper, trying to get outside to the left. Oh, wait, they gave him the first down.
They did, yeah. Big
and
push.
He's still going, 5,
big
6.
Push.
Out of bounds, 7 yards up.
The previous play, that zone read looked more like a zone read, and they were more on the same page and a pretty good mesh point, and it was a good result.
There's a flag. It is going to be holding against Boone.
Yeah, he threw that immediately.
Yeah.
Probably on one of those outside wide receivers would be my guess. That was a tough run, though, out of Sharp. Man, he just kept going. And you like to see those linemen get in there and start pushing the pile, too.
I think I call that right at the line of scrimmage, which would probably speak to your idea that it was one of those wide receivers right off the start. So 1st and 20 at the 20. Trips right. Got a tight end and a receiver to the left. Sharp looking to pass. Gets the ball out to Poole. but they're going to say incomplete pass, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 20.
Had a nice opportunity there to get a 7-8 yard gain, but the ball was just a little bit low and a little bit tough to handle. But that's one of those quick passes we're kind of talking about. I think you're going to have to get rid of it right away. The windows are pretty tight. Not an easy throw.
.323 remaining in the half. Sharp looking to pass again. Quick pass was tipped. Was that Harms?
Yeah, somebody got their big paws up there. I think it was him.
I think he's coming in from that side as the tackle.
We've seen that a couple times now, and Sharp he's not the tallest QB that we've seen. I think they list him at about 5'9", so you start trying to throw the football over Batney and Harms, who are both 6'3", 6'4", that becomes pretty challenging. Got that overload look here.
3rd and 20.
Tight end's not eligible in this play.
Sharp quarterback draw. Meisland finished it up, but I think Harms was holding them to start with. No gain on the play.
Coach calls a timeout there, wants to give the offense a little bit extra time to score the football. Feels like we've hardly touched the ball, but we get the ball back here and get a score. We could be sitting at 22 at half, so I think that'd be pretty good.
Better than 15, right?
Yeah.
3:10 on the clock is enough time to score.
We only need a couple plays.
Yeah. If you're counting at home, I got 13 carries for Kyle Sharp now. Cram back out on the field. Whatever he had going on is obviously minor.
Yeah. Yep, looks like he's good to go.
Barkham with the deep man. Jaden Engel to punt. Probably a little long for a fake.
Yeah, I think that one's probably out of the question.
Really high kick, but not much
Get
distance.
away. Get
it's
away.
A danger spot.
Nope.
Brock, because
He thought about it. He thought about it.
And so that ball is down. Number 2.
Bales punt. 11 yards.
Jake Judge.
Definitely gives them
Good field position.
enough time to go score the football.
32
32-yard line.
Only a net of about
Real short.
10 or 12 on the punt. Yeah.
Real short field here.
So Cram in the backfield behind Collison. He's splitting out to right. So Cram and Porter Smith to the right side. Now Meyer to the left. Collison looking to pass the whole way. And he's going to take off running. He's got room to run. And he's going to go out of bounds. Meyer's going to get flagged for the crackback block on Davis.
Yeah, we didn't learn from the first one. The rules have not changed.
It was a good run by Colby.
Yep.
Picked up 17, I think. But
we haven't seen a ton out of him so far this year is pulling the ball down and running. He definitely can. Pretty athletic kid. You got to be smart on that right now. You know you can't come back and hit the guy. Just get in front of him.
And you knew Colby he was headed towards the sideline. You knew he was going out of bounds.
It is hard to resist that hit, though.
Penalty marker is against the Blue Jays for a blindside block.
So that's enforced from the spot.
Yep.
Replay first down wherever 15 yards from that spot is.
Close to the first down, or where they started.
So 1st and 8.
After the penalty, the Blue Jays have the ball. 1st and 8 from the 30.
Cram going to split out to the left this time. Kind of the jet position.
Yep, could be jet or that fake off the jet.
And they fake it. Collison looking to pass. Throws it up to Meyer. No, that was Porter. Throws it up to Porter. Porter went down. Fans wanted a flag for pass interference.
They definitely want the flag. We'll take a look here on replay. I think Porter was really trying to fight hard back to the football.
I don't think there's anything there you'd call it.
No, I don't think so. I think that was a pretty good play out of number 8.
I mean, Colby just threw a 50-50 ball up there at that point.
He was under pressure.
Yeah.
He knew he had to get rid of it, trying to give his guy a chance.
Collison looking to pass again. Steps up, and Chase Anderson is there for the tackle.
Pretty good job out of the Toradors covering guys up there. Both targets had a defender or two on them, and then a nice job of forcing Kobe to step up and having a guy or two there to make the tackle.
My bad, that was Hector Garcia again, not Chase Anderson. Cram behind Collison again. Pitch out to Cram. Cram trying to get to the outside behind Caskey. Has the lead block. Cuts up inside. Good pursuit by Boone. He's going to be real close to the first down. Looks like he's going to be a yard short. And then we got a flag coming in right at the end.
It definitely has this feel that it's getting a little chippy out there. And that.
So face mask on the defense.
Okay.
I don't think there's any chance we're going to see a real clear picture of that from the replay over here.
No.
So we'll take their word for it.
Result of the penalty will be enough for a Blue Jay first
Only
down.
moved him up 5 yards from the face mask spot, though. Was enough for a first down.
Yeah, that's the bigger thing. It was going to be 4th and 1 or 2. And that gives us the automatic, well, moves the sticks anyway for a first down. Wasn't automatic.
Moves it far enough.
Yeah.
Cram still in the backfield. Pitch out to Cram. And Meyer with the block in. Caskey with the lead block now. 1-2. Cram's going to take it into the end zone for a Blue Jay touchdown. Titus Cram, 18 yards.
I don't know if they called him in. I think they're marking him. I think they're marking
Calling him at the half.
They're marking him inside the 1.
All right. Well.
Huh.
Why do I got a feeling that it's just going to be the right back to him up the middle?
Yeah, you would think.
I kind of thought he walked all the way into the end zone.
You know, watching the replay, I thought he got in, but the referee must have saw something we didn't. He had a better angle, that's for sure.
Cram fights his way ahead, but he's going to come up short. Same spot back to the line of scrimmage.
Like we've seen all night, they've played our power run extremely well. They do have a couple big bodies, and they are not getting pushed back.
2nd and goal.
They're coming heavy to the point of attack, that's for sure.
Yeah, nice job out of them because we don't get stopped on the half-yard line there very often.
No. I kind of thought we might have ended up just going Wildcat. Collison throws it up. Meyer, touchdown. Boy, that looked easy right there.
When you get down inside the 10-yard line, 5-yard line, you cannot have any kind of cushion whatsoever. And I know that you're worried about him beating you, but you got to take away the 2-yard out there. You definitely can't give that up too easy.
Right.
Make him throw that fade, which is a much harder throw and catch than just a 2-yard wide open out. And we've seen Colby. I mean, that's such an easy throw for him now.
Kick is up. Kick is good, yeah. That's become pretty much automatic for him. Nolan Meyer's 2nd touchdown reception of the game. Collison's 3rd touchdown pass of the game.
Yeah, if you would have told me that before the game, I wouldn't have predicted that. No rushing touchdowns so far in the first half and 3 passing would not have been my prediction.
I mean, they're really selling out on that run stop.
Yeah,
and
no, they're doing a nice job in the run game, and I'm sure we've wanted to run the football and have kind of figured out, okay, we're going to throw the ball. If that's what you're going to do, we're going to throw the football.
Right. And that's one of the things we haven't seen quite as much of this year is Collison throwing frequently because our running game has been fairly effective all year.
We've done a nice job, I feel like, being balanced. Saw the stats. What were we averaging, like 170 or something, 160 in the passing game and 2-something in the running game. So we've done a pretty good job of being balanced. Most of our passes have been big hitters.
Yeah. But I feel like most of the time, obviously we've moved up a class, but most of the time we haven't seen teams that average more passing yards than rushing yards, or even have very many games where there's more rushing or passing yards. So Cram bounces that one into the end zone. Off till just for a touchback.
I think if you're Boone here, you don't mess around much. I think you run the football and go to half.
Yeah.
Personally, but we'll see. Maybe they do have 3 timeouts. Maybe you come out, run the football, and see if you get that first down, and if not, just keep it on the ground. Don't give the ball back to the Blue Jays. Looks like Reed is staying out there.
So you got your nickel package, which, well, Larson's out there as a dog too. So are we missing a defensive end? No, you got all 3 got down guys.
He replaced the rush.
Oh, you know what? Mislin lined up
Mislin
on
was
the
playing
line.
DN,
Yeah.
so he came in for the rush, which normally plays our defensive end on the weak side.
That's going to be a legal procedure against the Toreadors. It's 1st and 15. 1:04 remaining in the half.
First and 15.
Clock is winding.
Got that overloaded formation again to the left side or the top side of the screen.
Sharp looking at the quarterback keeper, running into a pile. Nowhere really to go. Back to the line of scrimmage. Now we got a late flag and another late flag.
Oh.
But neither official is moving in to do anything. So it doesn't, if it's extracurricular, it's not too aggressive.
We got a personal foul
against
on
the
us.
Blue Jays. And that's it. So
I did feel like, I said a little bit ago, I feel like this game's starting to get just a little bit chippy. You've seen a lot of extracurricular stuff after the play's over or away from the ball. You don't want to get caught up in one of those. You get one of those and you get another one later on, you get thrown out of the football game, and all of a sudden you're sitting out next week.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
No, next week's a big game that we're going to need everybody for also.
Yes.
Davis up the middle. Mislin right there.
We didn't take anybody out.
Hand off to Davis. Tackle made by number 64, Mislin.
Gain of a yard maybe on that play by Davis.
1 yard gain.
Probably going to be the last play of the half. Going to go to the half 22-0.
Blue Jays will receive the ball coming out of the half. So as we step away, we'll give you a dance squad performance, a performance from the Blue Jay Marching Band, who tomorrow will be heading to Valley Fest, I believe. So exciting day for them.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll come back and bring you some updated stats in the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the field is the Blue Jay Pride Marching Band. Their 2021 show is entitled Round. Selections will include the music of Mars, Rondo alla Turca, Spinning Wheel, Cannon, and Jupiter, as arranged by Christian Kirchner and Travis Hattery. The band has earned 4th place at the Marching Dutch Invitational. Let's hear it for the Bondurant Band. Gentlemen, the Blue Jay Pride Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our Blue Jay Pride Marching Band. The 106-member Blue Jay Pride will perform tomorrow at Valley Fest at 9:45 a.m. at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Remaining performances include the State Marching Festival, the Mid-Iowa Band Championships, and the Senior Night Performance. Being a member of the Fine Arts Boosters is a great way to support the band and all of the arts organizations at Bondurant-Farrar. For more information, it can be found on the school website. The band is under the direction of Braden Whipperman, Jackson Merzina instructs the percussion, and Mindy Van Gundy instructs the color guard. Once again, let's get a big round of applause for the Blue Jay Pride Marching Band.
We would like to take a moment to recognize our Athletic Booster Club business sponsors for their generous donation to our school. Our sponsors this year are Authentic Construction, Iowa Floor Covering, Lori Construction, Remax Hilltop, Parks Custom Homes, Photos by Ben, Plaza RV, Story Kenworthy, Oral Surgeons PC, and Wheeze Tees. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, you can purchase it in a variety of ways, including RevTrack on the school's website, Venmo at BF Boosters, or via check or credit card at the J Shop during the football game. Learn more about Athletic Boosters through the school website under Activities, Booster Club, and then Athletics. You can find us through Facebook at Bondurant Athletic Boosters Club and Twitter at BF Boosters.
Okay guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's looking pretty rough out there. We've not been playing well, but this time, we're going to bring in a secret weapon. And here he is.
Why is he in slow motion?
Okay, as you guys can tell, our new quarterback is Seneca Wallace. It's their secret weapon. Let's get out there and practice.
Luady! Luis, hit! Hit! Omaha! Oh, he looked the wrong way. Keep running! What's up?
What are you doing dancing?
Okay, all right. Now run the route, please.
Get off the field! We may not be good at football, but we're good at building legacies.
Welcome back to the second half of the Blue Jays versus the Toreadors here in Bondurant. As you finish up with that wonderful Legacy Bank commercial, you'll notice Falsgraf did not try to make a catch.
I'm sure he loves doing commercials with former Iowa State players.
Yeah.
One of his favorite things to do.
Seneca Wallace there trying to make the bank look good.
Trying to make Brad look good. Hard to do.
Well, that's why he didn't get on video more. Great video, though, Legacy Bank, building legacies one customer at a time. Stay tuned after the game for a Legacy Bank Player of the Game. Speaking of sponsors, Bird's Nest is your key sponsor for this entire broadcast. You've seen their icon up in the corner, and they do a great job here in town with the before and after school program as well as summer care. So Bird's Nest taking care of a lot of our youth here in town, and we appreciate that as well as them sponsoring this broadcast. Hope you enjoyed the dance team and the marching band as we get ready for Boone to kick off here. A few stats for you in the first half. Collison, I think, has 5 of 7 for 103 yards and 3 touchdowns. Cram, 8 rushes for 31 yards. Porter, 5 for 45. And then Nolan Meyer, 4 receptions for 82 yards and 2 touchdowns. Barkema on the return. Flag on the play.
Definitely the most flags I feel like we've seen this year. That thing again came out almost right away, probably indicating a hold on somebody out in the perimeter who really wasn't involved in the play.
It might have been all the way wide left, not for certain, but
I'm thinking 34. I'm thinking it might have been Vanderlinden. He was kind of the edge guy out there.
1 halftime score for you. Indianola 24, Carlisle 7. It's kind of the key game we're keeping an eye on here.
It looks like Indianola getting back on track. I would say last week was a little bit of a surprise. Not necessarily that they lost, but by multiple possessions, multiple scores. I really thought that they were a pretty high-scoring team, would have maybe put up a few more points.
Yeah. Meyer and Porter Smith to the right. Cram jet sweep motion. Hands it off to him, looking up the middle. He's going to pick up 3 on the play.
We just have not been able to get it going between the tackles tonight. The success we've seen on the run has been to the edge, and part of that is the fact that Boone is really compacting their defensive guys on the interior and has made it very easy for us to get some blocks when we do run to the edge. So maybe we'll kind of see a little bit more of that in the second half, or some play action. And
Colby dribbled that ball, looking to get outside, nowhere to go.
Mask. I think they're going to get a face mask on this one.
Collison got dropped back at the 25, and it's going to be a hold against the Blue Jays. So it's either going to be second and really long or third and long. They are going to decline that.
I'm going to say I think you might decline that.
Third and 13 or 14.
Of course, if that's a spot foul, you're looking at second and 23. That looks pretty enticing, too.
Yeah. You've seen his pass, though, tonight. Yeah. I'm not sure that's the move. But
yeah, I don't know either what would have been the right call. Here you only got to be out here for one play, get one stop.
I'm not sure what the intent was, but if he just didn't get a good grip on it, but it almost looked like Colby was switching over to basketball season a little early. Colby looking deep, has Meyer. Ball, I'm not sure if the defender got a tip on it or if it just slid through Meyer's hands.
I think he just missed that one.
Yeah.
It was a little bit behind him, and
Yeah.
I just don't think he rotated his body quite enough. Colby underthrew it just a little bit. Yep, tried turning back to get it and just kind of short-armed it a little bit. Probably, most likely would have been a touchdown, I think,
both
too.
kids want that back. Colby wishes he'd have dropped it out there a little bit farther, and Nolan feels like he should have caught it.
Yep.
So Powers in here to punt on 4th and 14. Powers kick his eye. It's covered at the 38. And tackled by Cooper Jones and Porter Smith at the 40. We're getting 47.
Seth was kind of doomed from the get-go there. Didn't have any blockers down there for him, and we had 3 guys running free, and all did a really nice job of angling him to the sideline and getting a pretty good lick in there. But great field position, though,
He got
for
a pretty
Boone.
good return considering, yeah.
Yep, it was a good enough kick where there was enough separation and got about a 10-yard return and almost puts Boone at the 50-yard line. Second best starting field position for him.
Might have been the lowest kick of John's season.
Stayed below the lights.
Sharp throws it outside. Caught. Brock Turner's there, though, and it's going to be a 4-yard loss almost.
We talked about that play in the first half, that it's going to have a hard time being successful the way that we play. We've got a lot of guys close to the line of scrimmage, and Brock read that thing immediately.
It was Easton Klein on the reception. He was the same one they attempted to the first time. Had one completion going into this, so a little different. I don't know if they're missing somebody or if he's just working his way up the depth chart, but.
And it might be a play they don't normally run. Maybe they felt like they could run it against us.
Sharp looking to pass. Pressure right away. He cuts up, and he's going to get drugged down by Cole Mitchell right near the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gained a yard.
Yeah, I think he avoided the sack there and got a little bit of a gain. Got in front of the white line instead of behind it. Again, we're seeing Boone struggling a little bit to protect their quarterback. We do have a couple guys, especially Brock. He's kind of been the main guy coming off the edge. Really challenging for those linemen to block with his speed versus their size. If they don't get their hands on him early, he usually gets by him.
Sharp takes a snap, pump fake. Now trying to throw deep, gets the ball up, but his receiver didn't find it in time.
No, they were going to have a tough one with that, too. That ball was thrown a little bit out of bounds. He was under pressure again and really couldn't step in and throw that one like he normally would want to.
Yeah, he had Brock and somebody was pressuring up the middle. Actually, that was Brock that cut back into the middle, taking away the lane for him to step into the pass, and good job getting the ball off.
That was a really nice move out of Turner, too, because the tackle had got him blocked, but once you get even with that quarterback, stop going and spin back under, which he did, and really did a nice job of putting pressure on.
Ball's going to be downed at the 27. We actually brought pressure on that. Meyer tried to get the block on it, and Batney was in there too. We haven't done that a whole lot.
Down at the 27-yard line of the Blue Jays.
No, brought both guys off the edge and really didn't make much of an effort to block Meyer. They probably felt like he was too far outside, wasn't ever going to get there.
It's a gamble, but that time it worked.
Well, I think it's always good to bring a little bit of pressure because you never know if
you get a bobbled snap or anything like that.
Bad snap, or you end up with a double punt situation like last night.
Collison sets up the screen to Caskey. Caskey up the middle, has some blocks. He's going to pick up about 20 on the play. Well designed.
Did you see the double punt last night?
I did see the double punt last night.
I don't know if
think he was past the line of scrimmage, but
I don't know if we'll ever see that again in our life. But interesting new rule, I did not know.
If you weren't watching that was the NFL game, right?
Yep.
Okay, so
punt blocked and then picked it up and
picked
punted
it up,
again.
Rolled out like he was going to run, and then just went and kicked it again. Pass out to Porter Smith. Porter Smith is going to pick up the first down, and he's going to race off the end zone. Nope, he's going to get pushed out. There's a flag back by the quarterback.
I think we're going to have a hit on the quarterback here. Colby kind of took one to the head.
So it is roughing the passer. So the gain of 30 is going to stand on the pass to Porter.
Yeah, definitely after the play. Took a couple steps and went high.
Just based off of where the flag was, I just assumed it was going to end up coming back.
You have a hard time seeing it on the replay
Yeah.
because the camera moves downfield,
Yep.
but you can definitely see. And his helmet did come off because of the hit.
But he doesn't have to come out because it was caused by a penalty. Because otherwise, if your helmet comes off, you do have to leave the field for a play.
15 yards at the end of the play, 1st and 10
So
at the 12-yard line.
first down at the 12 after the 15 yards added to the end. Collison looking to pass again. He throws towards the end zone. He's got a man, and that's got to be Nolan, right? Nolan Meyer in the corner for another Blue Jay touchdown.
Yeah, we've really seen Colby and Meyer perfect this play the last 3 or 4 weeks. That fade stop or comeback, drive hard like you're going to run that fade route, and then plant that foot in the ground and quick outside move. Super difficult for the corner to defend. Probably should have been a little bit easier to defend there since he was already in the end zone.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have been having that much of a cushion, but easier said than done.
Pfalzgraf's kick is up. It is good, and the Blue Jays are going to take a 29-0 lead. That is Nolan Meyer's 3rd touchdown of the game. Collison's 4th touchdown pass.
They're having a good night.
They're having a good night.
And they're taking what Boone is giving them.
Right.
We've seen that Boone is not going to allow us to run the football up the middle. And you still have to have enough talent to be able to stop us, because we've seen teams try to stop us running up the middle. And to give them credit, they are really doing a nice job on the interior run. It's difficult and challenging to stop everything, because we are pretty dynamic offensively with a lot of the guys that we have in Colby and Titus being able to run the football. So I think you pick your poison, and they said, hey, we're going to stop the run. We're going to take Titus out of the game a little bit here, and we've responded with, well, that's fine. We'll throw the football down the field.
Been very effective so far.
Which definitely could help us somewhere down the road, being able to do either one.
Right.
Because I assume that some other teams are going to try a similar approach.
Well, and our next 2 opponents definitely have the ability to throw the ball, so we'll see what happens there. Cram's punt is kind of more of a squib kick, and he'll just gets a good return. Again, you kind of mentioned that might not be the strong suit of our team so far, kick coverage, and he takes it out to the 40.
And sometimes it might be, we've seen this in games where we've been up. Maybe guys are just kind of taking the foot off the gas here a little bit and allowing a seam to the opposing team. We haven't, I guess we did allow 1 4 return, didn't we? Pella did take one back, but we've given up too many in this 35 to 40 yard range.
One
we
score
want to keep
update
them inside
for
the 30.
Oh, yeah.
Really the
one
goal.
score update for you. Pella 21, Oski 0. We did face Pella early in the year, so. Sharp throws it up. Barkema's playing center field. Kind of got his foot stuck. I hope he's okay, because that didn't, and he is down. He's going to kind of limp it off. Looked like he maybe twisted his ankle up a little bit on that.
By number 21, Tyson Barkema.
Yeah, just kind of an awkward
landing.
Foot in the ground. Yeah, right before he went to jump. Kind of took too short a step almost, and just maybe planted in the ground a little bit awkwardly.
He's
interesting play there. Roll out left and then throw that thing back to the right. Had one-on-one coverage.
Sharp rolling out to the right, or to the left this time. Cuts back up the middle, but nowhere really to go. Quentin Fulton, I believe, the man on the tackle. Johnny Powers cleaning up on that one.
That one was that roll in the pocket to the left, but it didn't look like there was really much intention to throw the football. I felt like he was running that thing from the get-go. And once again, we've done a really nice job of stringing that thing out. You almost have to, if Brock's going to be that guy, you're Boone, force him out as much as you can, and maybe you can cut underneath him with a lane, which he tried, but there was still another guy there to make the play.
Fulton came out on that play. Caskey's going to come in at the nose. Landon Davis trying to go up the middle. Looks like they ran right at Caskey. Harms in on the tackle. Powers helps drive him back. 2-yard loss.
Yeah, it looked like one of those blitzes John is on where he's up on the line of scrimmage, and it still baffles me. They don't account for him. They don't block him. He does loop around there a little bit.
Start on the right side and swoop over to the left.
Yeah, pretty tough for high school offensive linemen to block that.
Especially when you already have more guys coming than you have in there.
Yep.
4th and 12. Angled punt. Barkema looking to fair catch. Slides forward, makes the catch. It's a good sign that he's right back out there with whatever was going on with his ankle.
I think it was just kind of an awkward landing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see that and you fear that maybe they tore a ligament or something in their knee, but that obviously is not the case.
So Blue Jays are going to have it first down at the about 32.5-yard line. Cram in the backfield behind Collison. Caskey setting up next to him. Meyer left, Smith right. Cram in motion. Collison immediately looking to the right, looking to Cram deep. And I think he was out of bounds when he caught it. Yeah.
Good call. I thought he was in, but you were right. Again, maybe not Colby's best throw. Is a little bit wobbly there because Titus just ran right by his guy. I think if he can get that ball out in front of him a little bit, that's 6. I like that, though. Motion him out to a wide receiver position and see who's going to cover him, see what your best matchup is, and that obviously was a pretty good matchup for us.
Vinny Hayes slid out there from the cornerback is what it looked like. Same starting position. Cram sliding out to the right. And now this time he's going to stop quick. Takes the ball at the 38, fights forward to the 40, and it's going to pick up about 7 on the play.
Yeah, pretty nice job there out of Vinny to come up and make that tackle, or at least get him wrapped up to slow him down. Because as we've seen before, he usually doesn't go down with one guy. It's going to take a slew of them.
For a second, I thought they were going to run the exact same play. So it was interesting with the same design, but then the quick stop.
Yeah, you get that DB thinking, hey, he's going deep. I better get my back pedal, and you get it out quick, and then all of a sudden he's got to tackle Titus in space.
Collison looking to pass again, pass out to Meyer, and that's going to be a first down. Meyer turns and leans forward to the 46. It's almost automatic at that point.
Yep, pretty easy 4 or 5 yard throw. Nice job out of Vinny again to come up and make the tackle. As we've seen many times, Nolan ends up breaking that tackle and gets more yardage down the sideline. But the Jays get the first and what they were looking for.
Cram in the backfield behind Collison. Collison looking to pass, quick out to Meyer. Meyer trying to shift outside, and he's going to spin forward for a first down. It looks like Seth Hornberg on the tackle.
Well, it is kind of looking like, hey, we're going to go exclusively to the pass game right now. A lot of quick hitters. See if they can tackle us out in space. Nolan just about broke that thing. Try to force them out of that.
Out of the box.
Tough defense they got going on the inside. I got a feeling they're not coming out of that, though.
Cole Mitchell, far right. Porter in the slot. Collison looking to pass. And he's going to end up gaining about 3 yards. That's a good job. That was Chase Anderson with the pressure from behind.
Very, very nice hustle out of him. Good pursuit. Colby's doing a nice job stepping up in the pocket. Just couldn't quite find a guy, and is able to turn what could have been a sack into a 2 or 3 yard play.
It's going to be 2nd and 8. Yeah, Anderson had a real quick start that time. It looked like maybe it could have been trouble, but as Colby slid forward,
yeah, we've said his name quite a bit tonight. He's been a nice player on the D-line for them.
Yeah. Collison throws it out this time. I think, is that Porter?
That's Porter, yep.
So a little farther outside.
That one looked like two that haven't thrown a lot of passes to each other there. It was just a little bit timing was a little bit off. I felt like maybe Porter kind of stopped his route there a little bit. And Colby was leading him more to the sideline. Wasn't going to be a huge gain, but was going to make it probably 3rd and 4.
Pitch out to Cram this time. Caskey leading up. Cram finds a hole. He cuts up. Now he's trying to get around Caskey. He's going to take it all the way to the end zone for a Blue Jay touchdown, 43 yards. I thought Caskey was going to tackle him for a second.
That is the one play that we've seen very successful tonight on the ground game for the Jays, is this toss play where they really do a nice job of sealing the edge against the Boone players, and then Caskey kind of leading out to that cornerback, which no cornerback really wants to see a fullback coming at you with a full head of steam, and
especially when he's a lineman.
Yeah, a couple nice cuts out of Titus, and that's an easy touchdown.
False graph in for the PAT attempt. Up and good to give the Blue Jays a 36-0 lead.
The extra point is good.
That will at least temporarily set us into the running clock with a 35-point lead.
Yep, we've seen that a couple times this year. It definitely speeds up this last part of the game. You end up getting maybe about a play a minute, maybe a little bit more than that. So when you start subbing, you better be ready to rock and roll. Get those guys firing in there, because this play
There's
clock,
not much left.
game clock will go fast. Yeah.
Cram coming back out for the kickoff here still.
Ashton Tilgus, number 81, Roland Thomas. Set the kick for the Blue Jays, number 6, Titus Cram.
Just looking to see if I could get an update.
With Indianola?
Yep, don't see one more recent than the last one we saw.
Yeah, 24-7 was still the last one I saw. We're hoping Carlisle could help us out a little bit and take down Indianola, but Cram's kick is up, and it's going to land into the end zone about 4 yards deep.
Well, maybe we can start talking a little bit about playoff scenarios, what the rules are and who gets to go and what that kind of looks like.
Sure. Carlisle did put one in. It's 24-14 now, Indianola. So top 2 teams in each district goes. So we're in the same district as Indianola and Norwalk. Right now we have 0 losses. Indianola and Norwalk both have 1, but Norwalk's is non-district, which matters in tiebreakers. But essentially 2 out of the 3 are going to be guaranteed in. As Sharp throws it out, that is Jayton Poole on the reception. Gain of 18 almost.
Yeah, I think the interesting part will be if whoever that third team is, will their computer rankings be good enough to give them a chance? Obviously, record-wise, depending on how this plays out, if you say, hey, the Jays win the next 2, we obviously are in. Indianola would be in. Norwalk would be in as the second-place team, and then Indianola would be the one that's trying to get in on computer rankings.
So we have the weakest of those 3 on the computer ranking strength of schedule, just from our first 3 or 4 games versus theirs. But I think I may have ran some numbers as Boone runs it ahead for 5. I did run some numbers this week, and I think it's going to depend entirely on what districts have a second-place team that isn't really high ranked. Like, is there a district out there that's completely one team and then nobody else is there? I didn't see that, so I think there's a pretty high chance that 7-2 and we're in. Obviously, that's not the goal, but
no, that's not the one we want. But looking at all the scenarios, like I just mentioned, if we went out, we're in, Norwalk's in, and then Indianola probably gets in because their first 4 games were pretty darn tough, and they beat some good teams.
Yeah. Well, and I think at that point, they'd be 7-2 as well.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I think the likelihood of anybody finishing 6-3 is low
Now
out of us three.
the scenario, let's say where maybe we lose to Indianola and then beat Norwalk, and you've got a 3-way tie in district play.
And then it comes down to RPI, which would favor the other two if we all had the same record.
All 3 wouldn't be guaranteed.
Correct.
It's still going to be the top 2.
Yeah.
Sharp's pass is complete to number
Well,
21, Ashton Tiggis.
I've watched a little bit of tape of all 3 and watched us live in multiple games. I definitely think all 3 teams are top 16.
They're solid teams,
in the state. And so, however it plays out, I sure would like to think that all 3 get into the playoffs.
Right. So I think that when I was looking at the scenario, if we lost both games based off of just who you'd expect to win games, we'd sit around 9th or 10th in the RPI. So pretty high probability that we'd be in. Now, granted, I haven't seen listed anywhere how they're bracketing the teams. Angle gets a really good punt off, gets it to roll all the way to the 5.
That was going to be kind of my next topic was, obviously, if you get that number 1 seed or you win your district, you're going to be getting somebody at your place that is going to be a second place or a wild card type of team. So definitely want to win that district so you have that opportunity to host 1, maybe 2 games, depending on how things play out.
They did list out that the 1 seed would always host a 2 seed, and a 2 seed would host a wild card. So obviously being the higher seed really matters.
And when it comes to seeding, they're going to use computer rankings?
I haven't seen that listed, so I'm not sure how they're seeding, and if, like last year, they did, kind of 4 pods.
Yep.
I haven't seen anything about that this year, so I don't know if we got a chance, if we're 16, do we have to drive to North Scott over in Eastern Iowa?
Yeah,
they haven't said that.
The interesting part will be if we do win the next 2, we go 9-0, how much will that move us up the computer rankings, beating 2 really good teams?
I mean, right now we are number 3 in the computer rankings. Over a third of the computer ranking is your record. So having 0 losses is going to make you a top 5 team guaranteed. There's no math that changes that. You're a top 5 team if you don't have any losses, and you're probably top 3.
What do we got left for teams in 4A that haven't lost?
It's just us, North Scott, and who's the other one? There's one more. Fort Madison's the other one.
Fort Madison. Now, and their schedule is a little bit different. I don't think they've played quite the schedule that some of these other teams have played. So we're the only 3 that are 6-0.
Yeah.
8 other teams with 1 loss.
North Scott's probably a heavy favorite in the rest of their games. Fort Madison, I feel like, has 2 more top 16 teams in theirs. As we pitch it out to Cram in our own end zone, and he gets to the outside, and he's going to pick up a first down, it looks like. Gain of right at 10.
One of those matchups is against North Scott, so.
Fort Madison's this?
Yes.
Okay.
So something's going to give there.
So they got Fort Madison, Burlington, and North Scott all in the same one.
Yeah, and Burlington's 4-2 as well.
Yeah.
So
they just lost to North Scott.
So that'll be a tough matchup for Fort Madison as well.
So Fort Madison might have – no, I don't think they have Burlington.
So we're really in the driver's seat. We control our own destiny here if we want to get the overall 1 or 2 seed.
Yeah. Collison looking to throw, steps up, ball's out, and it looks like Evan Rehop picks it up, and he's going to pick up 2 or 3 yards.
Man, I was really hoping he was going to get to the edge because it would have been interesting seeing guys try to track this lineman down that is really fast.
Fastest left tackle in the state. We're sticking to it.
Gain of 1 on the play to be 2nd and 9 for the Blue Jays.
Good job out of the Toradors, though, again, to get in there and get some pressure.
2nd and 9, Cram behind Collison in the backfield, and we're going to hand it up to Porter Smith with Cram lead blocking. Porter gets to the edge, spins ahead, and is going to be down at the 19, gain of 3 on the play.
he had to push that thing too far in the backfield initially. They did a nice job of really stringing it out and forcing him backwards. It allowed the rest of the defense to kind of get a good angle and pursue.
We kind of got a 2-on-1 with Cram and Caskey both taking the one lead blocker.
Yep, they just need to separate there, go get somebody else.
That's one of those things with the play you haven't really ran before, is seeing how it actually plays out. Might not be how you expected. Collison drops back, looking to pass, has time, rolling out to the right. He throws downfield. Porter Smith, and that ball is incomplete.
And Porter really hasn't ran a ton of jet sweep.
No.
He's really been more of the traditional get in the I formation and run power and a little bit of toss. And it does take a little bit of getting used to running jet sweep because it's not quite the same as it is coming from the tailback position.
Right. 9:30 left in the fourth quarter here. And Power's going to step back to punt. He's going to be inside his own 10. Snap is good. Punt is up. Cooper Jones trying to get down there first. And Hornberg fumbles it. And it's going to be big scrap there.
Yep,
Blue Jays say we have it.
Looks like Boone paid us back there.
Looked like Vanderlinden might have been in there on the recovery.
Sure thought we had that one.
Yep. And we do. Might have been Andrew Keith. Looked like he was at the bottom of that pile.
Number 14, Andrew Keith.
Well, that is one thing with the height of John's punts is it does become a little bit challenging getting underneath those things and catching it, especially if it's knuckling at all and kind of floating all over the place.
Well, and let's not pretend punts are the easiest thing to field to start with.
They're not.
It's not like a perfect spiral dropping right at you.
It's not like catching a pop fly.
Cram in the backfield behind Collison. Caskey to his right. Porter in the jet position. Play action. Collison looking to pass. Throws deep. Looking for Meyer again. And jersey tug, and they're not going to call it. That might have been egregious.
Yeah, he knew he was beat, and so he did what he should have done.
Right, because if he doesn't do that, it's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown. It looks like we get a holding call on us.
There is a penalty marker on the field.
And there is no uncatchable in high school. If you hold him, you hold him.
He just didn't believe that was a penalty.
Huh.
Our fans are not extremely thrilled by the call.
Well, we're going to be the ones going backwards here.
It was right in front of the official. That might not be a great thing. What? Wow, that was way back there. Okay.
Yeah, so at least, if they would have thrown the flag, they would have nullified each other and we just would have replayed it down. But now we got first and 25. Yeah.
First and 26 from the 41.
So Collison going to give Cram a pitch out. Cram getting to the outside. Caskey's in front of him. Cram takes it outside. Going to get most of the yards back. Looks like he's going to pick up about 13 on the play, just shy of the original line of scrimmage.
Same play is the touchdown run here. And I would have thought that Boone would have maybe adjusted this by now because when we come up in this formation, this is what we've ran.
Yeah.
We've ran the toss play, and they continue to allow themselves to get sealed and allow us to get to the outside. So I know you're trying to take away the run up the middle, but that formation has definitely been a run to the outside. You might have to make a little bit of an adjustment.
So we're going trips left, Nolan single on the right. Collison looking Myers' way the whole way. Myers got his man beat, and he makes the catch, and he's going to take it in for his fourth touchdown of the game. 44 yards. Colby Collison to Nolan Meyer.
Well, I got to think that's probably a school record. 4 touchdown receptions in a game.
Along with the 5 touchdown passes from Collison.
That's got to be up there. I don't know if we got too many other ones with 5.
Right. We've been a heavy running team most years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just being a 1A, 2A football team throughout most of our history, predominantly a run team.
Falsgraff's kick is up and good. 43-0, 6:41 remaining on the clock.
I don't know who would have 5 in one game.
No.
I know that Dylan Story threw it around quite a bit. He's got quite a few yards in a season. Maybe he got to 4, but I don't think he got to 5.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like we had some of this conversation last year because we were trying to decide, like, what's the most yards somebody passed for. I think we had to go back to Dylan for a 300-yard
Well,
game.
I'll tell you what. Next time we're in the high school, let's take a picture of our record board so then we can refer to that.
That'd be so easy.
Yeah. We did have a night where Drake Fuller ran for 5 touchdowns from the quarterback position and then threw for another one.
What a ball hog.
Yeah.
Freshman at 4:45 and the varsity to follow at 7:30 p.m.
Graham getting ready to kick off here. Ball is a line drive, and Tilgis has it. It's going to be downed in the end zone. Boone will have it. 1st and 10 at the 20.
That is the best way to make up your coverage woes right there. Just kick it in the end zone.
So let's see if we get a few subs in here. Looks like Cooper Jones is in there. No, that's not Caleb Moore. Dylan Hayworth is in there. Andrew Keith, Reed Falsgraf, Talon Hayworth.
I think you got Noah.
Winger.
Yeah, I think that's winger. Isn't that winger?
That's 58. That's still Harms, isn't it?
I was thinking right there.
Oh, that is 59. There you go. Okay.
Yep, and that's Moore. You're right with Caleb Moore.
Sharp rolling out. Gets the ball off, and that pass is complete to Tilgis. We got a flag over on the backside. Gain of about 7. But
Brock got himself a 15-yarder.
Penalty marker on the field.
Brock was definitely looking for a holding call. And probably took it a little bit too far. I think the referee kind of had enough of him yelling at him throughout the night.
And that's going to be from the end of the play.
Yeah, from the end of the play.
Penalty is on the Blue Jays, unsportsmanlike. It'll be 15.
No referee likes to be shown up and throwing your arms up in the air quite a bit, looking for a flag. Sometimes might be them thinking you're showing them up. So he got flagged.
Not Poole. 8. 8's Vinny Hayes in motion.
Yeah, that's a tough play to the short side of the field there, running that jet sweep.
Got a long 4 off of that.
Yeah, he did. They were able to get some yardage. They kind of forced him backwards initially, but was able to turn it up. I also like the way they run that. You throw it forward, so that way if he doesn't catch it, it's an incomplete pass.
You got Harms out now. I think, is that House in at defensive tackle now? Conrad looks like he's almost offsides.
He's close to being offsides. I don't think he is, but he was close.
Conrad's going to make that tackle on Landon Davis with a little help coming from Talon Hayworth at safety. Gain of 3 on the play.
Landon Davis, the ball carrier. Met first and tackled by
good opportunity for your young guys here. Normally on Mondays they're playing against other JV teams. You get to line up and see how you stack up against a varsity football team here with predominantly backups.
Sharp in the backfield, picks it back up and is going to hustle forward for about a yard. Levi Standing was the man with pressure in the backfield.
Yeah, he was there immediately. Immediately in the backfield, but just couldn't quite make the play.
Brought down short of the first down, will be 4th and 2.
That was who I thought was House. It was 65, not 55.
So a good opportunity here for the guys to get a stop and get off the field.
4th and 2. And Sharp is splitting out, so they're looking Wildcat here. And is that Boone's timeout? Boone's timeout. So
timeout on the field.
They lined up Wildcat. Apparently didn't like what we did for them. So
looking for that Indianola score, and it looks like just went to the end of the third, and we've got a 24-14 ball game. Indianola still.
So Carlisle scored in the third, nothing from Indianola.
Which is a little bit surprising because Carlisle had a really hard time stopping us on offense.
Right.
I figured Indianola would be able to rack up some points pretty easily. But you never know if Carlisle had one of those long drives too that might have taken 7-8 minutes off the clock. The way that they run the football, 3 or 4 yards at a time. Direct snap this time.
So Davis takes it and finds a hole, and he's looking to break it. And Batney's going to come up from behind and get a tackle. Brings him down. See where they finally spot that. It looks like the 22.
It's honestly something they probably should have thought about earlier in the game doing is doing some direct snaps to him. Goes back to that QB run in the football. We got a timeout for something here.
Just waiting on the chains to get untangled.
No chain gang. They claim to be number one in the state, but I'm not so sure after this performance. An experienced chain gang would not get tangled up like that.
Might have been a shot from the in-house announcer at the chain gang there.
Wouldn't be surprised if you see something similar. Yep. Probably going to be another direct snap, I would think, to Davis.
Now somebody else steps. Is that Sharp or is that somebody else?
That was number 8, I thought.
Number 8?
I could be mistaken. Vinny, no, that wasn't 8. Interesting play call.
Going to need him to step up here. And now he's being blocked by all his linemen.
Wasn't 18.
Is it
he was playing the H-back position, then just kind of slid over underneath the center, and I think was expecting to take a snap a little bit sooner.
Is that 2?
They definitely could have called him for a false start.
And this time they give it to Landon Davis direct. And the Blue Jays converge in the backfield.
A very nice job out of the D-line there to make a good surge and get a TFL. Put them in a 3rd and long situation here. They're scrambling. They're trying to get a touchdown before the game is over. They got 2 minutes left with that running clock. See if they go to the air or keep it on the ground.
Sharp throws it deep into the end zone. He's got a man, and that ball is knocked away. Faltzgraff recovers to knock it out of his hands.
Pretty nice recovery there out of Reed. I think they kind of got him on that first move. The receiver was behind him, but Reed does a nice job of getting himself back into the play and getting his hands on the receiver.
Poole had to go up to try and get that thing. And
nice play out of him. Give him a little shove as he's trying to catch it.
.120 on the clock here.
Looks like we're bringing a lot of dudes.
And Sharp's going to roll out to the right, and he throws it into the end zone, but he's going to overthrow his receiver, ball incomplete.
Right decision there. He just overthrew it just a little bit too much.
And so that's going to be a turnover on downs. Blue Jays are going to have it.
Guessing a victory formation here.
I kind of thought the clock stopped on the change of possessions, but I don't think it really matters. So
nope.
We're going to take one victory formation, Neil.
I think everybody's ready to get out of here.
So as we wind this thing down, I think it's time for a Legacy Bank player of the game. I kind of want to give it a combo of the game, though, because that Colby Collison to Nolan Meyer combination was so impressive that I think you almost have to give it to both of them.
I don't think anybody's going to stop us. We don't have any rules to actually follow. So
that's very true.
We'll do what we want to do.
Yeah, so as you look at that, I mean, probably not a whole lot specific to call out. A lot of things went the Bondurant's way. But let's see, 56. Looks like about 155 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns for Nolan Meyer. Tack on another 80 for Collison, so you got about 240 and 5 touchdowns for Collison.
Nice.
Pretty dynamite combination. So we're going to go ahead and call that a Legacy Bank combination players of the game. Legacy Bank, building legacies one customer at a time. Pretty much what you were hoping for from the Blue Jays.
Yep. I think this is exactly kind of how you hoped it would turn out. Homecoming week, kids have been, amped up, excited all week long. You did what you needed to do. You got your victory, got an easy one. You got out healthy. Nobody's hurt.
Right.
So
I said we had a couple people walk off, but they all ended up walking back on, so you got to assume anything that happened was pretty minor.
Yep.
So next week Bondurant is on the road at Indianola. Very big game for them. Boone has Perry coming to town for them, so best of luck to them. That should be a good game. And I think that's probably good for us.
Yep.
Enjoy the homecoming dance tomorrow if you're going to that. If you're listening to this, there's a good chance you're not going to that, but,
Never know.
Hey, they might need chaperones. But I think for us tonight, that's a good night. This is Patrick Meyer with Josh Gibson here at the Blue Jay Digital Feed. Go Blue Jays and good night.